State of Play hits theaters this week. It's an action-packed thriller with a little something for everyone. Politics, murder, intrigue, and an all-star cast. Oscar winner Russell Crowe plays Cal McCaffrey, a veteran D.C. reporter, and shows how an extraordinary situation can overtake ordinary people just doing their jobs. Got my attention. Russell Crowe, good morning. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Matthew, my one-winged friend. How are you?
They call me Flipper, no question. It's nice to see you. Welcome back.
Cheers,
I want to point out that you really liked that clip, and you wanted us to set the movie up with that because a lot of talk of this movie has been about journalism and politics and all that stuff, and you want people to be reminded this is a thriller at its heart.
This is a Hollywood movie, you know, and it is a thriller, and it has thrills all the way through it. It's a very visceral experience to watch, a very exciting film to watch. So I just wanted to put it in people's minds. It's not all about necessarily the concepts and the words, you know. Yes, it's about relationships and friendships, and it's about journalism, and it's about the privatization of the military, and it's about many, many things in the blurred line between politics and news and the trivialization of news.
But it's going to take you for a ride
really
as well.
Be exciting too.
You know, I've had the pleasure of interviewing a lot over the years for various movies, and one of the things that's always struck me about you, Russell, is you like to prepare. You like to figure out roles before you really start shooting.
Generally, yes.
And this one kind of came to you. You got the script, and a couple of weeks later, you were shooting it.
Yeah, it was an unusual situation. I'd just come off Body of Lies with Ridley Scott, and I was at home in Australia, and the sun was shining, and I was looking forward to a long summer with the kids and Christmas and stuff, because it's warm at Christmas time where we live. And Universal, some friends of mine at Universal called me and said, look, we're in a situation, you know, our chap has dropped out. We got, you know, only a few days before the film was supposed to start.
Brad Pitt was going to be attached to it,
yes,
right?
He was. And what do you think? And I was not predisposed at all to do this movie, you know. I thought I'd do the polite thing, watch this young man, Kevin McDonald's films, read the script, pick up the phone, say, no, thank you very much, and get it back on the summer, you know. But I watched his movies, and Touching the Void, this pseudo-documentary he did about this mountain climbing expedition that went wrong. It's a magnificent film, and he was able to really capture the tension on screen. And then The Last King of Scotland, which Forrest Whitaker won the Academy Award Best Actor for, is a brilliant film. And so I had to then read the script with a good deal more respect for the guy's abilities, you know. And I read the script, and I have a basic rule. If I have a physical reaction while I'm reading the script, then that's the movie I'm going to do.
Yeah, the goosebump rule.
Well, that respects the gods of film, you know. I got into the job based on wanting to do stories that affected me.
So the character, though, Cal McCaffrey, he's a kind of a veteran D.C. journalist. He's scruffy. He's long hair. The guy doesn't look like he takes a bath. And you made it very clear to the director. You said, look, if you want me to play this guy as a hero, you have the wrong guy. And I'm curious, is that a commentary on journalism, or is that more what you've told me in the past about never wanting to play perfect people?
Well, it's about the fact that we are all, you know, all of us, we have predispositions and we have preferences, you know. And to me, that, you know, there's a myth in journalism about objectivity, which is underlined all the time, but we're not that way. Humans aren't that way. We go into everything with an opinion, you know. We see something and we form an opinion immediately. And I just wanted to emphasize to him that I wanted to play the guy as simply as a human being, and not to actually reduce him to 2 or 3 notes and only do everything from a heroic basis. You can have an opinion which you find out to be wrong. You know, you can have something that you believe in, which other information comes to you, and you realize, hey, the way I was thinking before wasn't right, and I wanted people to see that development.
The struggle is what takes place on the screen. This guy's objectivity is in question. He's actually investigating a story that deals with a very good friend of his, played by Ben Affleck.
Yeah, and I wanted that first moment where he finds out about the situation where you can actually, you could say, well, the man will now read from his ethical rule book. But that's not a human response. So his first response is, right, what can I do to create a smokescreen to cover it up for my friend? That's a human response.
You've been open, Russell, and I want to make a distinction here. This reporter works for a reputable newspaper, but you have been open in the past in talking about journalists, probably more tabloid journalists and the paparazzi and things like that. And so let's go back to this objectivity, or we all come to things with certain biases. Did your feelings about certain elements of the media impact the way you played this role?
Oh, if I really would allow that to happen, I probably would have played him with one eye and a limp, at the very least, and probably in spandex. If I really wanted to get up the journalist, the thing is, I've never chosen to have an aggressive relationship with the media. I understand my part of the job, and all I've ever done over the years is answer the questions that have been put to me. Now, if you ask a question which is too loaded, or is it within the body of the question is frankly silly, then you shouldn't expect anything else than a loaded and frankly silly response.
So you're setting me up for my last question. So you gained a lot of weight for Body of Lies. You kept that weight on for this movie.
Well, I didn't keep it on by choice.
Right. It's hard to get off.
I was partway through getting it off, and they said, do the movie, and once you're on a film set, you got to stay with that shape.
And so now your new movie that you're shooting, you play
Robin Hood.
So are you down to green tights weight? Is that what it is?
Leather tights with a codpiece, my friend. A rather flattering codpiece, but I'll accept it.
So you had a good props person?
A good costume designer, J.T. Yates, Academy Award winner, wonderful lady.
He's going to go up and accept the award for that one, for the codpiece in Robin Hood. Russell Crowe, good to have you here. Good luck with this.
Matt.
This looks like a real ride. State of play. And it opens in theaters, by the way, on Friday. And we're going to talk to Russell's co-star Rachel McAdams tomorrow. Ben Affleck will join us on Thursday. But